Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are we all doing? So, what are we going to do today? We are going to learn how to draw hands. Haven't done one like this for a while, so I try to do one at least twice a week, teaching people how to draw hands. If you're not familiar with my work, I tend to draw quite animated looking characters. For example, like this young lady here. But what I'm going to do is today, I'll leave that there for now actually. And I do a lot of anatomy stuff as well. So as you can see, I've got a character here. And then you can see the style. This is more steampunk style. And then I do a lot of body and anatomy stuff. So if you're not familiar with my work, this is the level that I am currently at. And I do a lot of arcane. Well, I used to. I don't do so much of it now. So I do tutorials on how to draw like this with regards to hair and so on. So what I'm going to do today now is I pretty much have to repeat this type of tutorial. I could do it pretty much every day of the week, if I'm honest. Is to teach people how to draw hands. So I'm going to take you guys through, and girls, through the stages of how to draw hands. This is basically, I'm going to hide something here because I don't want you guys to see a little trick that I've got here. But this is where we're going to be going today. So welcome to my channel. I am Art Walker. This is my channel. Everything that you see on here is done by yours truly. I draw everything pretty much live. And I offer free tutorials. Everything that we now study can be found here on my YT channel. So if you want to watch my video again, as many people do, they watch my videos for a recap or they join late, they go and subscribe right here. And then you can watch these videos directly here. So just as a little side note, I offer this service for free to encourage everyone to be able to draw. So if you are watching this, all I ask of you is that you like and subscribe. I'm going to leave that there just in case someone turns out it's not just a blank sheet. It's a little bit more inviting when I show something a little bit more hardcore. So I offer this service for free because I didn't have the opportunity to go to art school. However, that doesn't mean you cannot become an artist. So take that as a little bit of encouragement. It is very doable. So let's get into this. We are going to start with, I'm going to ask a few questions. How are you doing, V? I hope you're doing well again. But, you can relax, I have to push this, but you can do your thing, right? Don't always feel compelled to join. So there are 9 people in the chat. So my question is, who in the chat cannot draw hands? And I need you guys to interact with me on this one because then I know where to go with this. Mika, I like that. So we got 1. Mika can't draw hands. Who else cannot draw hands? Cannot draw hands. Ahad. So we got 3. Daniel's back again. How you doing? Isla's back again. So we got around 5 out of 15. So the other 10, you can draw hands. So it looks like you're in the wrong. Hands are a nightmare. Brilliant. I love that. That is the one I wanted to see. Get your notebook. Right. So I am asking that question because I like to make a bet with you. To all that are in the chat now, in the live stream, I'm going to bet you. So I think there are around 7 people. I think there are around 7 people that said they couldn't draw hands. So let me just drag that back just so people don't see a blank sheet. I'm going to bet you all in 10 minutes you will be able to draw hands and have a good understanding of how to draw hands. Who's going to bet me? We'll do a virtual bet. Who's going to bet me? Who? Mike. Mika's going to bet me. 1. Who's going to bet me? Okay. 10 minutes. Only 10 minutes. I'm going to call you Keys. Yeah, something like that. You won't. Why not, Daniel? All right. Oh, bet. Yeah, good, good virtual bet, right? So now we've got it's going to be funny. 10 minutes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Right. So right, let's get into this. Have you all got a piece of paper and a pen? That's all I ask you to grab. And then as soon as the clock turns to 24, the bet is on. I've got my super moderator in the house, and she will, great studies. Thank you. Thank you very much. And she will make sure that no one does any cheating. Right. So the bet is on. I'm going to get my, you see, blank sheet of paper. You guys have to draw along with me. Right. And you have to answer the questions that I say to you ASAP. So we're probably in the last 15 seconds. So let's get ready. I bet you in under 10 minutes, you will all know how to draw hands. And Rich is loving it. Rich, get ready, everyone. I'm just waiting for the time now, right? I have never lost this bet, but you have to be honest. Let's go. What does this look like? To everyone that cannot draw hands and has not visited my live before, what does that look like? What does that look like? Anyone? No, no. A house. It is a house. Yeah, it is what I call the crooked house. Right? Crooked house. Why am I drawing that? I will explain it in a minute. So I've drawn a crooked house. In the middle here, I'm going to draw a triangle. So we've got our crooked house plus a triangle, right? So everywhere you see a line represents a bone. Everywhere you see a sphere represents a joint. So now I've literally just drawn this without the thumb. The pentagon, exactly. But we're going to stick with crooked house. So what I'm going to do is add my joints. As I said, my joints are circles, right? Fly. Got my joints here. Lines represent the fingers. So as a rule, your longest finger here is roughly the same size as the back of your palm. So we are literally drawing that here. But obviously I'm not going to draw those two yet. I'm going to draw this one first because I don't want to break any rules. And then roughly, oops, is that, no, it's about right. And then gradually the fingers get smaller. These are roughly right, about the same size. So now we have this. We just have to add, we've got our thumb, we've got our joint, and then we can add the tip of the thumb here. This roughly should, if we were to move our hand, it roughly goes to the middle here. Yeah? This should slightly be a little bit narrower. I've made that a little bit wide, but that's okay. So now, what we need to do now is bulk out our fingers and thumb. Excuse me, I forgot the rest of the joints. Excuse me. So here now I'm adding the rest of the joints. Like so. 2 joints. Like here, we have the joints here. 1, 2, 1, 2. So we've got 3 joints all together. Now we bulk out the bone that we've drawn. It looks like a wireframe. So we've got our wireframe, and now we just simply add our bones with cylinders. Like so. So now we simply have a wireframe of the human hand with a slight mistake here. My apologies. So now all I have to do is add the finger, skin and muscle, pretty close to the bone that I've drawn. The last time I drew it, the fingers were really fat. And I'm going to cut into this line here because I've made a bit of a mistake there. And there we have the hand. So, have we got any questions? So that was in, what was that? Was that 3 minutes? So that was done in 3 minutes. Have we got any questions? Under 4 minutes, exactly. So have we got any questions to the ones that couldn't draw hands before? Yeah, we will do that in a minute. I need to understand that who did not understand what I've done up until this point. We'll do pose hands in different positions in a moment. But I'm just trying to collect my debts. I think they've gone a bit quiet. So, come on now, come on. I can't hear anyone. Were there not? There were 4 people in there. Are you doing? Yes, that is my goal. Yeah, well, hold on. Let's not skip the question. Can you now draw hands or not? Can you now draw hands or not? Well, it's not about the thickness. No, I didn't say you will draw a slim hand. That's down to your skills. Nothing to do with me. This kind of looks like a hand. Zach, I don't know if you were in the bet anyway, but to the ones that bet me, can you now draw hands? Now it's time to pay up. Yes, with more. There you go. That's the honest. Tyrrell is honest. Mika's being honest. So then, this was under 10 minutes. Because I'm sure, that was a mistake on my part. I'm going to take that out because it looks a bit shabby. There you go. But that is all you need to know to draw the human hand. So how are we going to cash in? By the way, I just joined the live. Oh, well, there you go. If you just joined it, oh dear. I didn't say learn to draw hands, how to draw hands in 5 seconds. Yeah, I won the bet. So the bet is you guys have to subscribe to my Art Walker YouTube channel. That is the bet. You've all lost. I normally ask for a fast car, but I won't be doing it this time. Are you teaching? No, not anatomy today. I'm just teaching how to draw hands. So we're going to take this a little bit further. All right. So to all those that have just joined, if you do not know how to draw hands, I'm going to grab a couple of colored pens quickly. If you do not know how to draw hands, what you have to remember is you start with this crooked house. Like so. And then as soon as you've got that, I think you're halfway there. And then you add your triangle. And that literally represents this part of the hand. Obviously, you don't make it as pointed here. Just a softer arc would also do. But I find that when I say a crooked house to kids, they really learn it quickly. So this is why I know this is proven, because I use this a lot on many, when I try to teach kids how to draw certain things, I always try and chain it together with something that they can identify with, as opposed to just saying a pentagon. They'll be like, bing, what does he mean? But when I say, what is that? They identify it as a house. And then I say, right, take it to the next stage. And then they go crooked house, triangle, and so on. So that's why I'm doing it. Hey, Walker, who is that? I don't know who you are, Em. Let me just say hello. And I hope you all did subscribe. To the ones that bet me, I've still got another 2 minutes, 3 minutes, in fact. Right, so let me just quickly. I need to study it. Well done, Mika. That's what I like to see. People that admit that they lost to the top G. No, not really. I'm joking. Thank you, Dverk. And oh, Tobias, thank you very, very much for your kind roses. So, good stuff. Melina. Oh, from the school. Ludwig. These are my students from my school. Oh, that is funny. Anyway, so, right, okay. My students are they're in class today. That is really funny. Wie geht es euch? Yeah, cool. So, Mika, how did you... Right, okay, I'm going to break it down just one more time. So, if you want to learn to draw a hand, remember this crooked house that I've drawn here. Remember this triangle. Everywhere you see a sphere, that is a joint. Everywhere you see a line, which it should be blue actually, that is the finger itself. So now we're going to take it to the next stage, right? You have to imagine these rectangles here. You have to imagine them as cylinders, like so. Huh? I should have used the red is right. And everywhere you see a joint, you have to imagine them as spheres, right? They are not circles. They're like ball bearings, right? In the same way that we have a cylinder here. So we have the cylinder here, and then we have the sphere for every joint. Yeah, is everyone getting that? Good morning, Junie Z. Oh, wow. Tobias, that is too kind. Thank you very much. That's nice. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. If you really like what you see, buy a car. I'm joking. Okay, good. So everyone's getting that. I'll join you. And don't forget to join my Discord. Don't forget to send me nice shoes every now and again. You know, I take a size 9, depends on the brand. Anyway, I joke. I do joke. So, hello, Kami. Is this a whiteboard? No, it's not. It's just a piece of paper. This is awesome, man. Super informative. Just followed. Good stuff, Joshua. So we are going to take it a little bit further. Next hurdle. Well, if you like anatomy, you've come to the right place, because I love anatomy. You've come to the right place. Just follow them. Starting right. Good. So, what did I say that we had to start with? We start with our crooked house, right? So now we're going to go a little bit deeper, right? So, if you imagine this blue line here, I said initially that was a bone, right? It was blue, but I actually drew it. So that was the line here. This line here is very important, because now when I draw, let's draw it here. 1, 2, 3. Then I add 1, 2, 3. What does that look like? What does that look like? Inken, wie geht es dir? Excuse me, I'm shifting this paper every now and again. Apologies, my apologies. What does that look like? What could that be, in fact? But who just said boomerang? Who just said... There you go. Who just said boomerang? Get them out of here. No, I'm joking. It's actually a finger. See that? That is a finger here from the side. So if we were to draw this finger from the side flat, it would look something like this. They slightly get bigger. And then we add our cylinders. And now we have a finger from the side. From the side there. Yeah, it's a bent finger. Right? We haven't got to the knuckle. Yeah, this would be the main knuckle here. This one here would be number 1. We can label that number 1 here as well. So whoever said it was a boomerang needs to go and look. A boomerang looks like this, if I'm not mistaken. I'll forgive you this time, Tyrell. I will. But next time, yes, I can speak German. I can speak German. Thank you very, very much for the kind gifts. Has anyone got any questions? Tyrell's cried. All right, don't cry, Tyrell. Don't cry. I won't send anyone after you. I promise. So, everyone's got it. Sehr good. Okay. Alles in Ordnung. Shapes and lines. Exactly. This is what I tried to tell you guys. Simplify everything. Everything. Simplify. I'm just going to grab some colored pens. I don't know where I've put my other ones. But I usually like to work with color. So, no, I'm not a professional artist. No. I just like to teach people what I know. I didn't go to art school, but I can draw quite well. And when I have to, I can draw really well. So, good stuff. So, let's take it to the next level. I'm going to stick to the green here. You have to imagine that this hand here is a 3-dimensional object, right? So, this is where we're going to start getting a little bit deeper. So, if I sketch this same crooked house, like so. Oh, got a child walking by screaming. This house here is the same as that one. Let's change the color to identify what that is. And as you can see, that would just be the top face of my hand, literally the top face. But then we add a thickness. See that? Is everyone following that? So that thickness here is that thickness here of my hand. Here it's flat. Here we have a 3-dimensional view, purely because we can see top, side, and front. Kind of like perspective. Exactly. We're tilting it now. We're going into the 3D realm. Exactly. I'm just reading the chat quickly. I have tutorials. This one is also being filmed. So every tutorial that I do, I post onto YouTube. So if you join a little bit late, you can subscribe to my channel and jump onto all of my tutorials. I've posted about 26. Is it 26? 25 already. So there are 25 different tutorials already on my YouTube. Yes, I might have to ask you what exactly do you mean by low angle. And I think I know what you mean. But it depends on the object that you're looking at. It's a little bit vague for me, Kumo, excuse me. Show me my best drawing. One of my best would be this one. I just don't want to run away from my desk at the moment. One of my best. It depends. It depends on what I'm doing. This is a good drawing. This is not a bad drawing. So that's the kind of stuff that I can do. So, Armored Titan. Yeah, I love anatomy actually. So you'll find a lot of stuff that I do. I've got a box here with tons of. I'll just try and find one very quickly, and I can't because this box is just so in depth and full. But that's okay, no problem. We'll look at that another time. Not bad. That's beautiful. Thank you. Do I have? Yes, I do have some anatomy videos on YouTube. They're all unedited, so it's just me going blah 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 and drawing just the same. The format is exactly the same. Yeah. So good. Let's not digress anymore. Let's get into this. So here, everybody understood the crooked house is here, right? Everyone understands the triangle is here. So we need to add our triangle to this side of our crooked house. Is everyone getting that? Roughly to the middle. As you can see, it's roughly, probably a little bit higher. But when we add the skin and stuff like that, it all corrects itself. Because usually the human hand is quite bony without the skin and without the muscle. It's a very bony object. So everyone's getting that. So what do I need to add now? This is the question. I'm looking out for Terrell now. Terrell, don't let me down, mate. Don't let me down, please. What do I need to add now? Looking out for Terrell. Oh, Lord. No, V, you know this already, V. Don't say anything. Yeah, there's always one party pooper, mate. That's it. Zoe's getting that one. Not the fingers. Oh. We're not at the stage of the fingers yet. Terrell, mate, where were you, mate? Spheres. Oh, no. Terrible. I don't even know why I do this. I don't know why I do this. I had hair. 10 months ago, I had hair. It's all fallen out. It's awful. I started lives and just went, bloop. Anyway, Zoe was right. The spheres. V is not being counted because V is in every single one of my live streams. And if V got that wrong, I would throw it all in, mate. I'd give up. So now what we've got to do is add our spheres for our joints. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. These ones gradually get hidden, but we're going to go through that later on. So now what we have to do is add this top line here. You see this blue line that I added here? Remember that blue line stays at the top. You'll see why in a minute. So now I'm going to draw this line, blue, then add a joint. Continue, add a joint, and continue. And I'm going to do the same again. Joint. Remember the length, right? So this finger's longer at the top. Joint, continue, and joint. So, and we'll do the same again. Joint, continue, joint, continue. And this one might be a little bit hidden, so we'll just do it like that. Not forgetting the thumb. And joint. So now we're getting a hand from a different angle. As you can see, we've got it going if someone's got their hand on the table like this, or maybe more like that, I suppose. So what is missing now? What is missing? Oh, brilliant. Mika, oh, I've just broken my pen. My pen's broken. That's Mika's fault. Mika, you made, I can't believe, look. I've broken my pen. Mika, what you done to me? I've broken my pen. Boxes? What boxes? What are you talking about? Mika, I've literally broken my pen because of you. Literally. Look. Live on camera. Is it going to work now? Oh, Lord. That's Mika's fault. Boxes? What are you talking about? No, cylinders. Oh, fingers. Oh, no. Oh, God. Cylinders, not fingers. We do the fingers at the end. So look. Duck, cylinder. Cylinder. I'm going to have to write a list down. Hold on. Because you guys are not getting it. You're not getting it. And now we add the cylinders in order to make the... Oh. No, Southpaw, no. We add the cylinder. Thank you, Daniel, to make the feet. Thank you. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I've got neck ache. Oh, neck ache. No, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm only teasing. So now we're adding. Look at that. We've got our hand. Now we have our hand. Are you guys getting it now? We're adding our cylinders on every bone, and we have our cool hand. I can't believe Mika made me break. Look, you made me break my pen. I can't believe it. What am I going to do with that? My red pen. This red pen, my great grandfather gave me this. And he's no longer with me, and I broke it because of Mika. There you go. What can I say? All right, I'll let you off, Mika. I'll let you off. But you broke my pen. You made me break my pen. I can't believe it. I have to repair it live. This is a live pen repair. Never mind. All right, so I need to repair this. Sorry about this. That's Mika's fault. I'm going to write that down. I'm actually going to write that here. Oh, sugar. I've done it wrong. Hold on. Right, push that down. Flatten it. Pen break, Mika. That's what I'm going to write here, just so I remember. This is a tragic day. Tragic day for me. Absolutely tragic. Look at that. Broken my tools. Don't cry, Mika. Don't cry. Don't cry. I'll forgive you. Many wouldn't, but I will. Many wouldn't, but I'm a forgiving kind of guy. So. No, I'm going to stop now. I'm going to stop. Because she could actually be crying, but no, it's only a bit of fun. So did everyone get that? All we need to do now is add. All we need to do now is add what? Excuse me. Do you ever use guidelines? Yes. The length. I usually gauge the length by here. It's the longest finger. So roughly these two distances, when you get them kind of right, the hands look okay. But if, so for example, if I were to draw a hand, so I'm going to use the same crooked house technique here, right? So not color coordinated, but if I was to want to measure this hand, I would say, okay, it's roughly that length. But if I was to not measure it, you can see it starts to look a little bit odd. However, maybe you've got some kind of alien thing with long fingers. That is also possible. And I've actually drawn like zombie hands, and I've extended different parts of the hand. Do you see what I mean? No, it wasn't fingers, by the way. There you go. Dirk has got it. I'm not even going to put the pen down anymore. You have to add the outline. And around the joints, wherever you've got a joint, you can bulge it slightly, and then that makes your hand a little bit more realistic. And wherever your knuckle creases, that's where you can dip it. You fold, you add a little fold in there, and as you can see, you can pretty much draw a hand quite quickly, just like that. Fold where it creases, fold where it creases, and so on. Now we have a hand. Obviously, this hand is a little bit heavy. If you're drawing a feminine hand, you'd probably not have such a massive crooked house. You'd probably trim that down. But that's basically how you draw a hand. I suppose my hand looks a bit like that. That's maybe why I draw most of my hands like this. And so on. Good, good, good. Okay, let's see what's going on in the chat. Yeah, exactly. Slender Man. Yeah, exactly. If you wanted to draw some kind of creepy hand, this would be ideal, because then you start to stretch your proportions, you know? You can stretch them. And then it's, you know, and then, like I said before, wherever you have a joint, you bulge it out a little bit, like so. This gives the finger a little bit more of an eerie look. So these are the things you can play with. Bulge the knuckles here and the joints a bit. And then you've got some sort of, you could even add, I don't know, some claws or whatever. But you see the principle works quite well for pretty much any type of hand. Just going to rush through that. So has anyone got any questions? So I'm just going to extend that quickly. And as you see, my lives are a bit mad. I start drawing over things, and that's how I do it. That's just the way I draw at the moment. Well, I've always drawn like that. Good, good, good. Okay. Oh, thank you, Patton. Jimbo, how you doing, mate? I've got 25 messages, so excuse me while I read through. Why is hand? Why is hand? I don't understand. I really tapped in M. My kids love this live, bud. Oh, you're welcome, mate. You're welcome. This is, if you want, it will be on YouTube. No, if you want to watch it again or review it, it will be on YouTube, so you can check that out. That's where it will be. Yeah, no problem, Zoe. No problem at all. I'm glad. Well, everyone seems to be getting something from it. There you go. You are paying attention. I'm telling you. The work is put in the work. I'm going to draw my original character's hands. Exactly. You do that. Yeah, definitely. Practice makes perfect, right? What is house? Why is house? I assume you're asking, if you imagine, when I teach kids to draw, if I say to them, this is a pentagon, it's a little bit of an abstract shape. For us, it's a shape that we can identify. Or if I say a hexagon or a rectangle, kids will recognize boxes, right? And they will recognize, if I say, what is this? If I draw a house like this, if I say to a child, what is that? They would say a house. See? And then what I would say is, well, what is this? And they'll say, well, that's a triangle on a house. And then after that, I just build the hand around that. And then all of a sudden, they think house, triangle, hand. That's the psychology behind why I say that. Shading up. I'm not really going to touch on shading as such. I've got a few more things I want to keep going with regards to the hand, because we're not finished totally yet, but we could do a little bit of shading. What about the wrist? Well, you just, as you can see here, I've joined the wrist to the hand, but the wrist is a complex part of the anatomy as well. When I'm not going to go into it too much, because then someone's going to say, yeah, but what about the forearm muscles, and so on and so on. But if I draw a person, I usually draw the wrist also as a cylinder, a sphere, and then I draw crossing lines like that, because the wrist has two bones crossing, but we're not doing that now. We're not doing that now. The box incident will remain for centuries. The box incident? I don't understand. Yes, I literally posted one today on my YouTube. I think I did. It's called the 3D nose. How do you draw the hand palm like the inside? This is someone asked me this before. It's not, if this is a palm, if this was my palm here, it depends how accurate you want it, really. But for me, I wouldn't. Drawing the palm is pretty, use standard practice, because the thumb is here, the muscle of the thumb here. You have the palm here. You see, I would just break it down like that. I've never really drawn the palm, if I'm honest. It depends. If you've got a scene in your comic where you have to draw it, then yeah. But that's something you have to research yourself. But that's how I would do it. If I was to rub that out, you would think it was the other way around. The hand was the other way around. God, I've got 30 in the chat. Hold on, I need to. Exactly. I'm happy for you, Azzy. I'm happy for you. Just need to study it. And remember, cylinders, spheres, right? So we're going to get back into it. Just let me read through. I'm not finished yet. There you go. Please share, like, and follow. And thank you very, very much for the gifts. Jimbo Cartman, Art, Catharisis, Nutella, Maloney. Is this Lumi's? No, this is my method, actually. The crooked house is my method, because I just made it up. I just made it up because I wanted it to be something that kids could identify with just quickly. Because I used to teach kids how to draw their own superhero. I did a course for kids, and it was called Zero to Hero. So they would literally draw their own superhero. And then I had to find ways to make it look exciting for them or understandable for them. And that's when I came up with this crooked house. Got nothing to do with Lumi, actually. And if you're looking for another method that I devised, check out my Art Walker back drawing. This one. Nothing to do with Lumi either. My method. So. Exactly, Wizard. That's exactly what it is. But this is what I'm showing you here. This is not fine art. This is just giving you the understanding. This is just giving you the understanding as to how obviously if you wanted to add wrinkles and stuff like that, you could simply use that technique. You could simply use that technique and really fine tune it, right? Why is it not working? You could use that technique and really fine tune it, right? So if I'm drawing a finger, I probably don't draw all of these guidelines, right? So if I don't draw these guidelines, I can still draw a realistic finger. But what I'm doing is I'm bearing in mind the technique that I just showed you. Do you see what I'm saying? So now I'm drawing a finger quite realistic. Well, realistic. So if this is a more realistic interpretation of a finger than this, then I would obviously have to add wrinkles and so on, and some shading where the skin slightly folds. So you can take this as your basis, your foundation, and then you can start adapting it, as you can see here, and making it look a little bit more realistic. Just like that. So that is basically what I'm thinking about. I think about that to get that done. So just finish that off quickly, just so it looks a little bit more understandable. So let me scroll down. Lumi's method is hard. Yeah, well, this is what I mean. A lot of people keep saying Lumi's method, Lumi's method, Lumi's method. But if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. You just have to you create your own way. I don't, to be honest, people ask me that all the time. Is that Lumi's method? And I go, I don't really know. Because I really don't know. Because I never studied Lumi's method. Do you see what I mean? But there are certain things that are always going to overlap, you know. Some people draw hands, maybe the knuckles first. I don't know. There's always that overlap. Anatomy is king. I love anatomy. It's Oh really? Never heard of him. I'll write that down. This is what I mean. Michael Hampton, you've said, right? Someone said to me the other day about what was that one they said? Oh, I can't remember. Michael Hampton. I like to write these things down. Something Riley's rhythm. Riley's rhythm, where you draw a face with circles and arcs. I looked it up the other day and I was like, oh, that's interesting. You know, it's different method, but maybe it works for others and some don't get it at all. Thank you, Duke. I'll look that up. So, yes, I do. I haven't posted the perspective one yet, but I did one on perspective about a week ago. 1.2 point, and I didn't do 3 point. And foreshortening, I haven't done that yet. Yes, you did miss it, but I'm filming this, so you can find it on my YouTube. You can find it there. You can find the whole thing on there. Right, good. So anyway, we're going to stick to the script here. Back to the hand, right? So, oh, that's nice. Filmed by Dean. Well, as I said, I say it all the time, and I'm sure people that visit my lives all the time say, "Oh, he's always saying the same thing," but it's true. I didn't get into art college, and I wanted to. If you've got, this is why I use very basic tools. I use a basic sheet of paper. I use the most basic pen on purpose, so people they don't have to say to me, "Oh, what pen is that?" Because they might think, "Ah, this pen is better than any other pen." This is just a basic big pen. This is why I try to use the most basic things ever. You're more than welcome, our Yalia. Cheers. Much appreciated. So let's get back to this, to what we were doing before, right? So now look, when I draw this, what do you see? Tell me what you see. I know someone said something funny the other day. I'm wondering if it's going to come up again. Yeah, exactly. Rubbish. It's the tool. Benny, you can chat. You can watch the whole feed here. No. Oh dear, Jimbo, what are you talking about? Oh no, the Olympic logo. Oh Jesus, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Someone said the Audi. Someone said the Audi logo once. Oh, 4 toes. I can't believe it. Toes. Wild guess. Wild guess. Thank you. It's a hand drawing tutorial. Oh my god. Toes. Do your toes look like that? My god. You got some strange toes. You got some strange toes. If you got toes like that, you got some strange feet. Anyway, these are the knuckles here. Did you not get that? Oh my god. Look, it is hidden in plain sight, obviously. This knuckle here is this one here. Oh dear. There you go. See that? That is not the Olympic logo. No. Because the Olympic logo looks something like this. Isn't it? Something like that. Yeah. The Audi logo looks like this. These are knuckles. Oh. Practice daily. I would practice lines like this, diagonal, and circles and ovals. And then what I do, just quickly, oh, there are my pens. I put them there. Practice drawing like this. You can find this on my feed, where you grab a set of colouring pens and you literally just draw lines. Tick, tick. Just like that. Different colours. That I would encourage you to do. It's a cool piece of artwork, and you can do it with wavy lines, and then you literally, it just gives you that confidence with your pen stroke, like so. And it's almost like you start to kick into your muscle memory. And it just looks, I think they look really cool. Very basic. Kids can do that. You can do that with your kids, actually. Because when I show the kids this stuff, they go, no, I could never do that. And I say, yes, you can. And then I'll just do it like that. And they go, oh, all right. And it does work. They do end up doing it. And they have a lot of fun doing it as well. Yes, we're going to do the fist right now. I was just showing something that I was reading before. Hold on. It's scrolling a bit. I've lost it. It's not a caterpillar. Oh, God. Caterpillar. Oh, my God. Can't believe you said that. Your drawings are fire. Thank you very much. And let's see. Don't be so rigid. Yeah. Exactly. Yes, I will be showing how to draw the fist. With a ballpoint pen. This one. Hold on, I've got one here. So I went through a bit of a phase when I was, recently, I drew this in a live. That I drew in a live. I can zoom in a little bit so you can see what's going on there. See, I just drew that hand in a live. So if you learn to draw with the ballpoint pen, it's very unforgiving, but you do get quite good at it. And I do actually believe I'm drawing better now than here. I reckon I could do this a lot better. And I will do it at some point. And I drew that with the ballpoint pen. And I don't draw with pencil beforehand. I draw straight with the ballpoint pen. Zero pencil, nothing to rub out. So that's basically what I do with that. So that's when I go from my anatomy phase and bone structure phase and so on. So what I'm showing you guys is a very simplified version of this type of thing, basically. So right, just give me, what was that? That was an arm. In fact, let me run to the gents quickly. I'll leave you guys to look at this arm for a minute, this hand for a minute. Excuse me, nature calls. So, okay. Right, okay, let's go. You have to leave. Okay, filmed by Dean. You're more than welcome. Thank you for your time. Here's what? Oh, maybe it's in the background. Maybe I've got something in the background. Yeah, I've got, maybe I should close the window. Maybe it's the cars going in the background. Good eye. Yeah, good point. Excuse me. Yeah, I didn't realize that. Yes. This is all freehand. And this was done during a live. This was live. I think I posted this one actually. So this is you know, the thing is it Aurelia? I don't have fear. I don't have any fears of making mistakes. So you get to the point where, like, so for example, there's a mistake here. I don't even acknowledge it. I just keep going. And maybe I can show you how I do that later on. But I don't worry about making mistakes. If it feels right, I just keep going and keep going and keep going. That's basically what I do. And I find that when I work with the big pen, I make less mistakes. It's quite weird. When I work with the pencil, it's almost like a totally different tool. I would almost compare it to a tennis racket and a badminton racket. They look the same, but their functions are slightly different. I do have that feeling. I make more mistakes with the pencil. I don't know why. Thank you, Dwerk. I did a good Spider-Man hand as well the other day, actually. Yeah, it's here. It's in the mind. It's all in the mind. You do start getting used to it. Now, I don't. I don't even think about grabbing anything else apart from my pens. I don't even think about it. I just say, oh, tutorial. I just grab, if I'm drawing eyes, anything, I just keep going and I just use the pens. Thank you for all the follows and for all the kind gifts. I haven't said that for a while. And if you like what you see, please hit the like button. We are going to continue now. I think yeah, exactly. Don't worry. You're going to make a ton of mistakes, but you just have to keep soldiering on. Keep soldiering on. I can draw horses actually, and I do draw them quite well. And you've prompted me because I really want to start drawing horses again because I think they're beautiful animals and I love, and I'm going to write that down. I'm going to find some cool anatomy, find some good pictures, and I'm going to start drawing horses again. This kind of style, really dynamic. That is a prompt. Got school holidays coming up, so I think that's going to be a project for me. Thank you very much for that, T-Bird. I will be doing that. I like to get prompts from my little live stream friends. What? Okay. Yeah, why not? Lawrence Fishburne. No, it's Anderson Silva, by the way. The Spider-Man one. So, oh God, let me see. Where did Spider-Man hide it? Just a moment. Give me a moment. Oh, here he is. Here he is. This is a photocopy of an A3 image that I drew. So that is the Spider-Man here. So that's the Spider-Man hand. Good stuff. Okay, before we digress any further, let's get back into this. Or we'll be here all day. Right, yeah. Okay, we'll do that in a minute about the flat fingers. The body, you can find that on my YouTube. A full video on how to draw the body. Guysum. Yeah, exactly. I will be doing horses at some point. How do you draw hands in perspective? I was hoping to get onto that in a minute. No, because then we'll be going on forever. When I do my horse drawings, I'll take the horse images out. Definitely. I will definitely do that. And I'm really feeling positive that I will draw some horses soon. Thank you. I don't know. I've still got a lot to learn. We all have to start somewhere, guys. Topic today is hands. You're welcome. Goo Wolf. Oh, nice. Good. Please, I don't know where they are. I don't know. No. You're going to have to follow me. You're going to have to follow me. I'm not going to be doing that. No. Next time, T-Bird. I promise. But not this time. Because I can't, they're not in a specific folder. But if you follow me, guaranteed within the next week or so, I will have a horse to show you. So let's keep going. We are now at this point here. So we've defined the knuckles. So if we are drawing a fist like this, chances are we wouldn't see much of the last two knuckles because they're set back You see that? They're set backwards. But we're going to just keep going. And what we do is we draw the front first. Right? We draw the front knuckle first, like so. And then we add the cylinder and we have the knuckle. Bear in mind, we have to bend the finger. Right? So we have this knuckle, 1, and then we have the second knuckle, 2, then we have the third, 3. That's the goal that we are now setting out to achieve. And then we add our cylinders, and then we have this type of thing. Obviously, we would add the details after, and then we've got the hand and so on. The thumb would be under here somewhere. Now we have a fist. Bear in mind, not forgetting, this would be our 3D triangle. And this would be our crooked house. Whoops, I've done that a little bit wrong. That's not too bad. It'd be under here somewhere. Yeah? So, thank you. Oh, Milan, how you doing, Milan? I'm going to be nice to you today. How are you, Milan? I remember you. I was really bad this morning to Milan. She said something wrong. I was bad to a few of those. Who was it earlier that said something wrong? And I was bad to them as well. So it's not just you. It's not just you. So, right, let's keep going with this, right? So, tuck, and then we go 2, join 3. We do the same here. Obviously, it would be hidden. Slightly hidden, slightly hidden, slightly hidden. Oops, and shorter as well, obviously. So now we have to add, in theory, our crooked house would be here. And like I've drawn here, we would add our, you know what, let me finish that first. Let me finish that first here. So we now have that sort of position. We would obviously have to push that further inwards that way. I didn't do it here, but you get what I mean. You get the drift here, and that thumb would be going back there. Is everyone getting that? You see that? And obviously, a hand from the front, not only does it look a little bit like a crooked house from the top, it also looks like a crooked house from the front, because you have your larger knuckles and then your smaller knuckles. You would add, let's add this center line here, here, and here, and here. We would add our knuckles slightly smaller every time. Then we would add our cylinders like so. And then we would have here our thumb, but we wouldn't see much of it. It would be roughly here. So now we have a fist coming towards us. You'll have to watch the video, Dirk. You'll have to watch the video. So, good. Thank you very much for the gifts, Naja and Nutella, I've said already. Yeah, drawing lines is literally something like I explained earlier here today. Instead of just drawing lines, say to yourself, I want to draw lines that are parallel and straight. So you literally go parallel and straight as possible. Like so. And then what I would do is I would combine parallel with vertical, horizontal with vertical. And then with diagonal. And just do it in a state of relaxation, and then diagonal again. And just create cool patterns like that. Just to, what does parallel mean? Where the lines never meet, they never cross, like a train track. They continuously move straight. They never cross. These are not parallel. These lines are not parallel because at some point they meet here. But these lines would be parallel because the distance stays the same for the whole journey, so to say. I would do that. I do that a lot. I especially if I run out of ideas, sometimes I just do things that I showed earlier. I'll show it again quickly. I do things like that, which is simply lines. Just simply lines from the center, different colors. That's all that is, lines, curved lines. That helps a lot. Good. So I think we've pretty much covered everything. It was a little bit longer than I expected, but I'm sure everyone picked up a lot from that. Does anyone have any questions before we... Thank you, Dwight. Does anyone have any questions about what we've done up until now? I don't know if it's in here. If it's in here, you might be lucky. If it's in here, think of another question about... You've got your way. Hold on. You got your way. I should have it in... I think I know where it is, actually. I've got a few of horses. I think I put it in the female folder. If it's not in these two... And if anyone's got any other questions, you can write it down now. Right, it's definitely in the other ones. Definitely. So now you've caused a mess now. Where is she gone? Where has my horses gone? Can't be in that one. I've got taken it out. Has anyone got any questions? Start within the beginning. The one that we've just done is okay. You know, it depends on what you want to draw. But anything that you want to draw, you have to understand lines. Where is it? God dear me. Am I taking it out? You see how many folders I've got? These are all images. God dear. And I haven't put them in a specific folder. Not that I know of. This is the problem. I hope it's not in my... this is the male face folder. I don't even know. Maybe I put them somewhere totally different. I don't think you've got much luck today, mate. That wasn't there. It wasn't in there. This is my Marvel folder. It shouldn't be in here. God, hearing me. That's T-Bird's fault. I have no idea where I've put them. You've found me out. Nah. What folder have I not looked in now? Can't be in that one. That's the zombie folder. Mate, I think you've found me out. I can't find them. I think this is my last hope. Right, I can't. It must be in here. Oh, you've created a mess in my room now. Where are my horses gone? Or maybe I took them to the school or something. It's very possible. Yeah, I don't see them. So anyway, we will have to leave that for now. Sorry, T-Bird. I think they are actually on my feed. There is one on my feed. You just have to check it because I can't find it. I don't know where I've put it. I must have taken it somewhere and left it at the school. So, has anyone else got any questions about what we've studied up until now? No, I'm not drawing. I'm not drawing another one because I don't have all of the proportions in my head. I haven't really got them. So horse proportions, and they're different to human, right? So it's quite challenging. I like to have a reference when I do draw a horse. I would like to have a reference. Good. But I will find those drawings and I will definitely show you how to draw horses. I'm really thinking where that could be. So any questions before I start running away and looking for something else? I was asking about the side view knuckles. Yes, it depends, right? It depends. As you can see here, it depends how steep your angle is. And you have to imagine the hand like a block, like this. Do you see my point? So this is the top of the hand here. Then you have your knuckles like so. And then obviously if you drew the same thing again from the side, it also depends on the angle and how many knuckles do you want to show. Like now I'm only showing one main knuckle here and the other ones are hidden behind the whole hand itself. Do you see my point? Because it's quite dense here, that whole knuckle part. So now I've got my cylinders here, here, and here. I don't know why I did that so small. I think I'm running out of space on this paper. But that's something you have to... I would take pictures of your own hand and tilt your own hand. Take a picture just to get an idea as to where and how things look. That's what I would do. It's already night in Indonesia. Yes. If you check my feed, you'll find plenty of bodies. Sorry, Lil Picasso, you'll have to watch the video on YouTube. So if you subscribe to my YouTube, you'll be able to watch this video, the whole thing. I'm not doing it again. We've been going for 1 hour and 20 minutes, and I need to go and get on with my other stuff at some point. I'm sure I will be in 2032. If I live that long, for sure. You can never run out of hand drawing tutorials, and eye drawing, face drawing, never run out. You do that. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for joining the live stream. I will post this probably immediately. So to those that are joining now, that are missing out, you'll be able to find this on my YouTube channel in roughly half an hour from now. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye. Keep practicing.